So as Asil already said, the occupation forces regularly raid actually the occupied West Bank, and it actually happens on an almost daily basis. But do not be repetitive. I want to highlight a certain form of resistance in the sense that resistance is also filming what is happening and putting that on the internet. The only problem with that is that there's a high risk of it getting lost and not archived. And next to that, there's also a certain complicity from tech firms in silencing the Palestinians by simply giving their posts less reach. So what we do in that sense is collect these kinds of digital evidence, archive them, and actually map them into a database that we have that I will be showing right now. I'm sharing my screen. I think everybody can see my screen right now. So this is what I'm showing here right now is a map that we've actually been documenting Israeli violations in since like the Lapid and Bennett government. That's what I'm also going to say is that the violence that isn't just something from this current government, but is actually something that is a structural thing that they commit. As the videos pour in daily, we look at those videos, we geolocate them, and simply plot them on a map in order to kind of like a bird's nest, collect them together and create a visualized story of what has actually been happening. Also to challenge the Zionist hegemonic narrative, for example, in such situations as recently happened in Beita, when a man got shot in the back when he tried to help a wounded Palestinian, and they basically said, yeah, we had to because there were violent riots. Open source evidence of videos and images that pour in through social media. We've actually reconstructed those, actually initiated counter-forensic methods, and basically I can already say that that simply isn't true. So in order to do that, we look at the videos and we simply geolocate them, which basically means we look at the satellite imagery and try to cross-reference certain geographical features towards what we see via satellite imagery. Now, as you can see right now, these are all kinds of videos. Around now, we have like 600 videos of the Israeli occupation forces committing huge violence in the West Bank and Gaza. And what we do with that is we simply archive them like 3 times, like we do that online. We do that in via Bellingcat's auto archiver, but we also do that offline, as I have a USB stick in which I regularly update all of the videos with the data that is put inside of the database. And throughout each incident, we simply look at what is happening, hoping it loads, and we try to categorize when it happened, where it happened, what is happening, and at what time it is taking place, and trying to collect all of those archives in order to bring more justice and accountability towards what Israel is doing. Now, these kinds of incidents actually happen on a daily basis right now. So the volume is pretty high, and I'm not someone who does it alone, but actually we do this with 3 guys together, me, Gabor, and Remy. Well, while it's quite good to use open sources, and you actually have a limited amount to the things that you can do. For example, we can geolocate the footage, we can analyze what is happening visually, but the thing that gives an extra layer to it, of course, will be oral testimony and evidence from the field. So when I was busy with it throughout the year, I actually started to reach out to E.L. Weissman from Forensic Architecture, and we had a conversation in how we can actually combine our powers. And that's when he introduced me to Al-Haq's Forensic Architecture Unit, who are very brave Palestinian researchers. We had a conversation, and they really saw value in the work that I was doing. And one of the most beautiful things is, while it's okay for me to be with certain international news organizations, the most beautiful thing actually is that I'm actually right now helping the Palestinians themselves in the researchers at Al-Haq's Forensic Architecture Unit, and even some local Palestinians who reach out to me via social media. And to empower that, we've actually contributed with this data. We share this data. We've made certain appointments. Sorry, I don't know the word in English right now. With Al-Haq's Forensic Architecture Unit, and they can access this database at each time to combine it with their own investigation, so we can do something good together. And as this happens, I think with the suppression of the occupation with certain tech firms like Facebook, who've actually done, in my opinion, a form of digital apartheid in giving preference to Hebrew language posts and actually silence the Palestinian post. I think this kind of work starts to get more and more important, also to bring it to a certain political arena, to make it more available to the public. We are actually working towards putting this map is right now closed, so Al-Haq has access, but it isn't really available yet to the public. But we are in talks to actually make it public in order for the public to access it, to look at each incident themselves, because the beautiful thing about our work is that you can verify it yourself, and that it starts to gain more awareness on the violence that is happening by the Israeli occupying forces and the settlers in the West Bank.